About a spirit of the river who's a dream catcher, and she'll steal your dreams and devour them. I thought perhaps that she had died with her lips so pale and her skin so white on the banks of the old Barang. She took me to her cabin deep, where the dreams of the dead lie at her feet, and the bones that are scattered wide and deep on the banks of the old Barang. On the banks of the old Barang, my love, on the banks of the old Barang, where the river sings and you catch your dreams and you do take you down. She lay me down in a watery bed with a pillow of reeds for my weary head, and I should have laughed but I cried instead on the banks of the old Barang. She sang me songs to close my eyes, and my dreams rose up with their lullabies, and she caught them there with her catching eyes on the banks of the old Barang. On the banks of the old Barang, my love, on the banks of the old Barang, where the river sings and she'll catch your dreams on the banks of the old Barang. To find my dreams had gone, I wept, for she kept them there in the river depths on the banks of the old Barang. My dreams no longer fill my sleep, since she's brought them there to her cabin deep, and now to catch a dream I sleep on the banks of the old Barang. On the banks of the old Barang, my love, on the banks of the old Barang, where the river sings and you catch your dreams, and you keep them there with a flood and wings, and you weep for the loss of the undreamed things on the banks of the old Barang. Thank you very much. This next song is from a show that I've done with the Corandacoots. It's called Take My Hands, and it's the closest thing I've ever done to a political song. But it's about being concerned that our wonderful democracy has crumbled into a corporatocracy, and the people that have the votes are the big companies with the big dollars, and they're becoming scarily like unelected governments. But the good news is that more than ever we have a way to use our voices with this amazing digital world that we have, and we can get active and sign petitions and make your voice heard, and it works. It really works. Anyway, this one's called Take My Hands. Dark and deep, and ghosts are invading my sleep. stuck in a limbo of regret for the truth they never told. And now the woods are wild and bleak, and here lies the silence I seek, while I wait for the river to pass and the moon to turn to gold. So take my hands and bind them, take my eyes and blind them, take my legs and chain them, take my words and blame them, but you can't take my mind. You can take my thoughts, but not the marks they leave behind. And if I can only say, what do you want me to say? I won't say anything at all. The woods are wild and bleak, and here lies the silence I seek, while I wait for the river to pass and the moon to turn to gold. The curtain's descending, and maybe my story is ending. Crossroads of regret, where the truth was never told. So take my hands and bind them, take my eyes and blind them, take my legs and chain them, take my words and blame them, but you can't take my mind. You can take my thoughts, but not the marks they leave behind. And if I can only say, what do you want me to say? I won't say anything at all. The curtain's descending, and maybe my story is ending. Here at the crossroads of regret, where the truth was never told.